Good afternoon, this is Robin Bieber on the European Midday Roundup and Good Morning America Chart Talk on the 18th of June at 12 o'clock in the morning London time. The chart in front of us is August 60-minute Brent, and you can see that we've firmed during the course of the morning in this shaded area after the overnight dip. Note how much today's action resembles the last 2 days' action, firming from overnight dip into the US Open and failing to hold on to the gains and slipping back, although closing quite well. However, the August 60-minute chart for Brent is suggesting we're beginning to get just slightly toppy on the move higher, although there's probably a little bit more meat on the bone left yet. The RBOB 60-minute chart, however, is suggesting that we might be due a dip. So my nose tells me that there's likely to be a little bit more upside yet. But the key today is the very strong resistances that heating oil and RBOB are encountering. The move higher was maintained whilst everything was above the short-term moving averages, and the crudes bounced from there. And if we look at WTI, here you've got the bounce from the short-term moving averages. And if it stays over the 8-day around 37.87 and where the 13-day also comes in, it will acquire a target to 40.11. And that seems very credible, but it's going to need heat and gasoline also to kick, not so much kick in, but accelerate further. And I'll show that in a moment. Brent breached some of the short-term moving averages early this morning, held them and is rallying. It's got a target to 41.89, providing it stays over the assorted short-term moving averages lower. But now let's move on to a couple of key contracts here, heating oil and RBOB. And here you've got heating oil running up to its 100-day moving average at 119.18. It's made a high at 119.42. If it can move and close over this 100-day moving average, and it's as strong a resistance, it would accelerate higher to probably up to around 125.05, this correction point here. In other words, this is a key pivotal resistance that it's neared for the last 2 days. It's putting it under pressure again today. A move and close over or a move through it will take us higher, but it needs to be conclusively above the 119.18 area to acquire the target to 125.05. In those conditions, which may well occur this afternoon, the crudes would follow along with. Now, RBOB has very, very important resistance, just approaching it off the first line continuation chart, which we'll have a quick look at 123.48. Here it is, the high from the breakdown back in March. 123.48 is its target. It's made a high at 122.88. If it can move and close over there, it would almost be a shoo-in for it to run up to 124.44 or 125.29, these two resistances here. The point I'm trying to make is that the two key leading contracts are running into key critical supports. 119.18 heat, 123.48 RBOB. If we take those out this afternoon, it doesn't matter what the 60-minute chart's saying, everything will join in and run with it. So we're coming up to really important levels, and these are levels also are represented by gas oil trying to get on this right-hand chart here, July gas oil running up to its 100-day moving average at 355. It's made a high at 353.50. So three important contracts, two of which are the most important, RBOB and heat, are right at and testing key resistances. If they're broken through this afternoon, it would give us another leg higher, and the crudes would join in enthusiastically and hit their targets to 40.11 and 41.89. And then we would have further targets higher on the products. Now, if we just have a look at a bit of structure, front end Brent, nice and strong, AUGSEP on the left, looks like it's running up to 6, plus 6, got a nice positive stochastic. The hourly chart is suggesting a bit of overcook, so be careful. It's made a high at plus 3 so far. CEPOC running up to its target at -8. It's had a high at -9. Stochastic, nice and positive. But again, both their hourly charts are suggesting a little bit of a wobble this afternoon. And the front end TI AUGSEP pushing above -19 with a print at -18. If it can stay there, it looks like it's going to flirt with backwardation. By stay there, I mean push over. Both the hourly charts on the AUGSEP and the CEPOC are looking a little bit toppy, and the CEPOC has got more work to do. It's got to break above 18 and the 15.18 level to have some upside. And the back end, DEC TI, it's making its way towards its target at -132, and it's stochastic. We'll borrow an arrow. Here we go. It's stochastic has moved positive, and the deck red deck on Brent is virtually at its target at 232 with a high at 236. Only a move and close over there would greenlight another target up to minus 96. That's all for today, folks. Good luck, good trading, and bon appetit.